Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me for today's World Session. We are Friday, the 16th of February. My disclaimer is this is not to replace medical information or medical treatment. You can go to the doctor. Please do not take this as medical advice. And if you are experiencing an emergency or you do need care, get yourself to your doctor or to the your local hospital, your emergency room. All right, so tuning in to today's session, there's a few things that I'd like to bring focus to. So I want to improve brain function. There's also, I've noticed a dip in energy. So I don't know if anyone else has been experiencing that, but I've noticed for myself, there's a dip in energy. And then I was wondering where the planets were. And we have Uranus right now in retrograde. So that can be affecting, it's coming up as, that can give rise to some rebelliousness or anarchy or eccentricity. But I'm not really feeling the eccentric, I'm feeling the rebellious, but we want to use that rebelliousness not really against anyone else, but be rebellious. Well, be rebellious in our thinking in the sense that, and there's already a burp. So if anyone's joining me for their first time, just a little disclaimer that sometimes energy moves through quite quickly, and there is a burp that comes up because there's just an energy shift. And sometimes that comes up with some rebellious chi for myself. And so there's a burp that happens. Okay. So we want to be rebellious in our thinking. So not in the sense that blame victim going into someone's doing something to me or blaming someone for what's happening within your body mind. But we want to rebellious in the sense that to question, to be inquisitive, to question what's happening with your. So, okay, let me hone in and get really clear. To question your assumptions, that's rebellious. Not to follow your thoughts as a given. And questioning those thoughts can be being a very good type of rebelliousness, to rebellion against your habits. That could be a healthy aspect of rebellious. So I'm going to go into, we're working within brain function. As soon as I say that, I kind of feel my thyroid acting kind of funny. So we're going to improve, we're going to tap cortices to the brain. And we want to increase brain function and make sure that brain is getting, it's coming up as fats. Good healthy fats for the brain. So those omega-3, 6, and 9, your nice fatty acids, your fatty amino acids for the brain. The brain needs good doses of fat to function properly. And it feels like it's not being utilized. So we're going to do a repair on the brain for absorption of essential minerals and vitamins needed for a proper brain function. As soon as I say that, I feel so much calmer. So we're going to go and link this into a gut repair for the gut repair within the small intestines, also within the duodenum, for absorption. The absorption rate feels a little bit slow, and then the metabolism feels a little bit sluggish within the thyroid. So it's just a little bit slow. So we've got a little bit, it feels like in the northern hemisphere, us in the northern hemisphere, it's winter, so it is maximal contraction. And things do tend to slow down in the winter. But we don't want them slowing down so much that I'm so dizzy now, that the absorption, that the body's not absorbing the vitamins and minerals. So we'll do, oh, and weird pain over my head as I'm doing this. Okay. I feel like I've just been flipped, like I've been put into a blender or like a shaker, and I've just been shaken up. So my brain feels shaky. I can feel shaking through my nervous system. I want to anchor this. So it's okay. I could feel the things are slow. Maybe the absorption. So we'll correct that. We'll do a repair on the absorption rate. Not everyone's absorption rate will be the same. So I'm linking this, holding the space of the world. So it's a lot of people. Link it to your prefrontal cortex. As soon as I say that, there's a gurgle. So your body will decipher and take exactly what it needs. But it feels, and if your metabolism is just fine and it's not sluggish and your thyroid is really nice and healthy, then this part of the session will not be. It'll just water off the duck's back. Your body will take exactly what it needs from these sessions. Oh, there's that relaxation. Oh, good. But we want to make sure that the elements are balanced within the body. And so we're going to balance metal to water. No, we'll do a no, water to metal. No, metal to water, metal to earth. There's a release there. Within that thyroid. There's a nice gurgle. My stomach just gurgled on that one. There we are. All right, so I'm seeing the absorption rate slightly, needs to, if not sped up, then improved. It likes the word, it doesn't like the word sped up. It likes the word improved. So better utilized, better functioning of the small intestines and the duodenum with the absorption of vitamins and minerals, essential fatty acids, and basically the nutrients that you take in. It needs to be absorbed and then distributed through the body for a good healthy body. And I'm coming up with in that small intestines a little bit of nutrient deficiencies are coming up. So especially in the north, we don't get our nice fresh fruit. We don't get a lot of sun. We're in the middle of winter. It's snowy up here and cold. And so the fruits that we eat may not be, and vegetables may not have the amount of nutrients. They're not picked ripe off the vine. They're picked when they're green and then they ripen on the road. So it's not getting all of the benefits of being in the sun and getting that nice juicy tomato off of right off of a vine when it's sunny. It doesn't have the same nutrients. So just a little bit of nutrient deficiency. So that the food that we do eat, we want to make sure that the small intestines is absorbing all of the available nutrients within that food. There was a nice breath there. The pain in my head has dissipated, but I'm feeling a burning in my back, like around my thoracic and diaphragm. And it feels congested there. We've got a few things happening within that back diaphragm. And there's a tingling. So we're also going to go and do a nerve repair. Oh, well, we need to, nervous system. So we're in the nervous system. We're in the sympathetic nervous system, and it feels really agitated. Feels really agitated. So we're going to do a switching technique to that nervous system. so we can relax. And there's a lot of thoughts in here, a lot of thoughts and recipes. And it feels like there's this forcing, it feels like a forcing energy. So if you're feeling tired and then thoughts may boot up, oh, I don't know why I'm so tired. I shouldn't be feeling so tired. I have so many tasks I need to do. I'm so lazy. I've been resting all day. So we want to drain those, we want to drain those thoughts. We don't want thinking mixed up with the nervous system. So I'm gonna do it's just got a dump. So some active memories are coming up in here. Well, yeah, we'll do it as an active memory dumping to overthinking. There we go. So active memories is that when there's an active memory to over, oh, this is coming up all jumbled. Now my brain feels really weird. It's like it's not linked into like very, it's weird. It feels just kind of funny. So we'll do a hydration to the brain. We're going to bring in hydrogen water. So I've been introduced to this recently by a friend and a colleague. You can look this up for yourself. Hydrogen water. They're calling it the God molecule. So we're going to bring in a hydration through that lymphatic system, specifically of hydrogen water. This is going to help improve brain function, clarity, reduce brain fog, and help those neurological synapses and those formulas that the brain, I'm feeling so anxious, that the brain needs to do. We need a nice, healthy brain for a nice, healthy body. So we're going to do a dumping of the lymphatic system, linking this to the lymph, and anchoring this through a switching technique. So any anxiety, any anxious thoughts, any overthinking. There we go. And then we'll do a switching technique to relax the nervous system. It needs a little bit of a minute to download. Do I tap in here? No, we gotta anchor this in gentleness. There we go. A tap. All right. Anchor this whole session in gentleness. You're really rough with yourself. I know that I can be too. You can think about where you are rough with yourself or forceful with yourself or push yourself about. And then we can bring in that Uranus in retrograde to start being rebellious against being rough with yourself. Oh, that feels much better. Oh, there's a relaxation there. This is where that rebelliousness can come in a healthy way. No, I'm not going to be rough with myself. I'm used to being rough with myself, but I'm gonna be rebellious against that. I mean, be rebellious and get yourself by doing this work, by coming on and receiving sessions, by receiving private care, by going and getting a massage, by stopping when you feel yourself being rough with yourself. Let's say, for example, then you can stop, and that's rebellious. But not going out there and saying, everyone, I'm going to rebel against life, or I'm going to rebel against what's happening out there. It's really your own inner rebellion against habitual thinking and habits. And specifically, this is coming up with being rough with yourself. Okay, I'm a little bit dizzy on this link. So we're going to link this. It's going into the kidneys. We got to anchor through the kidneys, and there's some fear coming in. It's like, oh, well, I have to be the good girl or good boy or good person. I couldn't possibly say no to something. Couldn't possibly. So we're going to do a drain through those kidneys. We got to through a biogenics and a drain pathological fear. In this sense, it's coming up as cowardice to do something different. It's resignation. It's fear plus apathy. So the cowardness to do something different, the cowardness to actually using that rebellious energy and taking a look at yourself or asking questions. So you can see within yourself, where does that fear, those fearful thoughts come in? Oh, I couldn't possibly question here. Oh, all right. I think that's enough work for today. Thank you so much for joining me for this world session. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you have any comments, please put them in below. If you enjoy this work, please subscribe, share, and like. It helps me to continue to offer these free sessions for you all. Thank you so much for joining me, and see you next week.